Oh, I could talk about this stuff all day. You said
I know,
something
it's
earlier
so
on
fun.
there that was the word easy. And I just challenge people a lot of times, including myself in my own internal dialogue. We want everything to be easy, but when was life about easiness? And I will even go so far as to say, when was life about happiness? I think you and I would both live wildly different lives if we were simply chasing happiness. I would say, at least me, myself, I'm chasing fulfillment and I'm chasing impact. And the roads to get there, a lot of times, are very hard and messy. And that's the very thing that brings about meaningful fulfillment. You'll look at the Chicago Marathon this weekend. People who are excited about hitting their goals are excited because it was hard. And if it was easy and if they knew that they were going to achieve that goal, it wouldn't be meaningful and they wouldn't really care, which is why if we do a workout we know we can do, we don't think about it twice. But we can't stop bragging in our group chats to friends when we do a workout that was like, wow, that was so hard. I dug in so hard that eighth rep and I wasn't sure if I was going to finish, but I finished and I'm so happy and proud of myself. And I think we live in this world where we want everything to be easy. And it's like, when was anything that was fulfilling or meaningful easy? To make something meaningful, the road to get there has to be hard. And one of my favorite sayings in regards to groups and tribes and all of that is I forget where I saw this, but I think I saw it in an Instagram reel. The person was talking about a friend coming up to them. They had undergone like deep change. And the friend said, like, you've changed. And this guy was like, that's the whole point. And I was just like, that's great. That's so well said. He's like, that's the point. The point is that I changed, you know?
That, yeah. Yeah, that's so good. I definitely, I feel like there's more information about happiness, right? Which is good because I think it's an important framework. Because to your point, I think if you're chasing happiness, you're relying on kind of external events to fulfill you, right? And I think the realization that happiness is really internal. Like your peace is internal, and I think when what you just listed were just your values, right? And you're chasing alignment, right, with your core values, growth and impact, right? And those are two of my core values as well. I want to grow, I want to evolve, I want to um, learn, and I want to create impact in the world, right? So those two values like really drive my behaviors day to day, right? And the more alignment we have, the more fulfilled we are, the more joy we can bring to the world, right? And the less dissonance we have. And I will just say a comment on, as a psychologist, is a comment on dissonance. It's not bad. When we feel, the more clear you are about your life, when things actually start to go off track, you feel this real, strong sense of cognitive dissonance, and you can feel this tension internally. And that is not bad. Like that is just a signal that, maybe I need to change. Maybe right now my life needs to shift in some way. And that's just a source of insight that is really powerful. So paying attention to those cues is really important. But in order to even get to that place, you have to understand in the first place, what do you actually care about? Who do you actually aspire to be in the world? And do you have a life? Is your life set up in a way that allows you to practice being that person? Do you have the right people, the right places, the right things in your life? And I think that discussion with yourself, that dialogue with yourself, requires some level of quiet, and some level of removing distractions so you can, have time to like sit and think. And that's I think where we really struggle as a society, right? We don't carve out that space.
Constant stimulation 24/7 from these things.
I know
Yeah,
it's
this